Hello everyone, hopefully you can hear me. I'll lock this recorder so that it doesn't stop recording if I can find the lock button. Let's be on the other side. Just there. Hold. Right, this is the first time I'm recording my journeys. This is a week after I got the bike, which you'll see in just a second. Martin here, by the way. This is probably going to be my first ever video. My first ever motorcycling video, I should say. I've done a lot of music, guitar playing videos. This is my first ever motorcycling video. Now there she is, my new to me BMW F750GS. What a lovely machine. I am also fairly new to motorcycling, or just to qualify that, I took my test 12 years ago, which is actually fairly sensible because it's a lot harder now. You just had to do the one practical test, none of this swerving in the road nonsense. Well, it's not nonsense, is it? But you know what I mean. Something that nobody actually really wants to do to make the test all the more difficult. However, because it's 12 years since I did my test, I'm a little bit rusty. However, again, I've got a plan to de-rust my technique. So, if you want to follow on with me, stick around and stay tuned, as the Messenger Flyer says. We shall fire her up. Got a range of 83 miles, which I think is about enough for today. Might need to fill her up later on. So, here we go. Clutch, first gear, check, let's go. So I have also been watching, so these days you can get a lot of your advice from YouTube videos. I'm talking gentle hands from the Motor Jitsu chap. He was on about slow hands he was talking about. It's particularly slow hands he was saying about. So that's my target for today. Slow hands, which just means you don't make any sudden movements on the handlebars, which can destabilize the bike. You just slow hands, clutch, and that sort of thing. The other technique I've picked up from actually watching the Messenger Flyer is that I've been using too high a gear. I've been driving it more like a car engine. Now, while this engine is quite tractable, see what I'm going to do here is go into first gear. But use a bit of clutch there. See that I'm using a better, sort of more of a higher gear. So, sorry, a lower gear there. So I'll just stick in second. It's actually a 20 zone around here. It's brand new 20 zone. So, yeah, I've been using too high a gear. Part of the reason is that the engine braking on this is really, really powerful. If you don't have any throttle on, if I just take the throttle off here, you know, you slow down massively. I kind of like coasting a bit. Maybe it's not an ideal technique, but I do kind of like coasting. So it's one of those things where you've got to balance up, being in the right gear for sort of power and that sort of thing, and maneuverability, with not really just killing all your speed off engine braking or having to use a lot of engine power all the time. Friction zone. Now the first thing I wanted to do today is go and do a few slow speed exercises in Healy Barn. So that's where we're going to go to now. I live in Stocksfield, so I might call myself the Stocks Flyer, or the Stocksfield Flyer. That would be quite funny, wouldn't it? So we're going to do a kind of a hill start here. I'll put it in second. Foot braking, clutch in. Yeah, there's some cars coming. The foot brake on the right toe is actually quite low down, so you've got to almost do sort of tippy toes on there. Too much throttle, but you get the idea. So you're starting to get the idea of where I am with my technique. Too much throttle, but the clutch control there was okay. We're on 30 here, so we'll go to third. It's actually, I'm keeping this bike in rain mode as well. I'm not sure if you can see that, because it just apparently reduces the throttle response. And as you can tell, I don't need any sharper throttle response because I'm still getting used to how much power to use. But on a hill start, it was quite steep. I think you probably get away with a minor negative on there. So what have I been doing in the last 12 years of having a motorcycle license, not having a motorcycle? Well, I did once go and see a nice Triumph Bonneville, which I probably should have bought, but it just wasn't the right time. I suppose what I have been doing is having kids. My kids are now old enough to not need constant attention. They're both at school. And I've moved to this beautiful part of the world. I live in Northumberland with some lovely trails just on the doorstep. Do I say trails? Roads and sort of byways and things like that. So the F750, even though it is F750GS, I should say, even though it is sort of geared up to, compared to the 850, which is sort of sister bike, thank you, it is more geared up to road than the 850. Right, so one of the tips is just do try and keep your feet up if you can do. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. Foot brake. I think I was going to say something about YouTube. Check. Yeah, watching various videos. I mean, it's a great source of information. When I did my test in 2008, YouTube probably was a thing. I don't even know when YouTube was invented, but it certainly wasn't anything I was aware of in terms of getting information for motorcycling and that sort of thing. I think probably we'll put in some petrol actually. Yeah, okay, you're on my side of the road. So watching someone do the test, it's both brakes, clutch in, indicate, first gear, first. Finishing off with the rear. Car coming left, indicator's on. Still cars coming left. Let off the front brake, don't need that. So in the car, anyway, there's no rush, so in the car I'll probably have gone then, but this one's turning left, so I'm just going to go now. And to where I want to go. First gear, friction zone. Nice rear brake. No Supreme. I don't think we need Supreme. Okay, put neutral. Foot brake, engine off. Right, so we shall get some fuel, I think. Leans over a lot, this bike actually. It doesn't lean over so much when it's not on my driveway. So the perennial problem, I'm still not sure what the etiquette is of get off to the right side, mister. Still not sure what the etiquette is of whether to wear a helmet in the shop in these days of COVID. So I'm going to take my helmet off. I need my light in there. I'm going to take my helmet off. Then put my mask on. Seems a bit pointless. I was going to risk to keep my helmet on. I don't think they're too bothered in here, really. Right, so pull the thing, put the thing in the thing, pull the thing. Looks a bit grey over there, but I'm assured by Mr. Weather that it's not going to rain. Should be about £5, is it? £8.88. That's a nice round number, isn't it? That's what you used to do. Oh, loads of fuel in there. That's what you used to put on channel 888 for the subtitles on CFAX. I'm showing my age there. Don't know why I used to put the subtitles on. Not deaf. All right then. Here we go. Eyes are up. Three, please. Lovely. Smash in, thank you. Easy as that. I'd rather wear a helmet than a mask. Right, I'm getting quite warm in this jacket. I put the thermal lining in this because I've only got a t-shirt on underneath. And I have been getting a bit chilly with wind blasts and things. But as a consequence, whenever you stop and move around, you get warm. You can hear a motorcycle. Right. Stand up, neutral, activate engine, clutch in, first gear, head check. Oh, let's go. ABS lights flicker on the dashboard for a while, so I'm going to go on first bit the A68. Rear brake for, yeah, so we're going to go now. There's nothing there.